dropping 50 pounds of body fat while still eating junk food? Is it possible? It sure is. Don't click away and stay through the video and you're gonna find out how. Real quick before we continue on with the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and a little more importantly, what I want you to do, comment down below if you're struggling with weight loss. I want to know how much you're weighing and what your target weight is. May 23, 2022, me, 240.4 pounds. October 8, 2023, currently I'm at 190 pounds. I get it, it's a pretty big time gap, but like I said, dropping down those pounds, it was pretty easy. It wasn't too hard. Here's what I did. Here's what worked for me and could potentially work for you. The first couple of months are going to be the easiest months in which you are just seeing that scale number just go down and down and down. After that, it gets a little more challenging to drop those pounds, but again, not too hard. I'm gonna break it down into two things. Number one, diet. And number two, workout program. Starting off with the diet, the biggest thing that helped me out was intermittent fasting. Basically, for 16 hours of the day, I wouldn't eat anything, and for 8 hours of the day, I would eat food. Again, this is what worked for me. To calculate the amount of calories that I needed, what I did is I would take my body weight and I would multiply it by 10. So basically, if I started off at 240 pounds, I multiplied it by 10, I would be roughly eating about 2,400 calories per day. I wouldn't go too crazy with macros and that kind of stuff. The only thing that I would track was my protein intake as well as my calories, not to go over those 2,400 calories. The beautiful thing about it was that as long as I met my protein intake, after that, my calories could be filled up with anything that I wanted. Ice cream, cookies, chips, all the junk food. I could eat all that stuff so long as I didn't go overboard those 2,400 calories. That's what makes it enjoyable. You don't restrict yourself out of foods that you still like to eat. Obviously, as you start losing weight, you're going to start having to consume less and less calories. For example, if I went from 240 to 230, now I'm going to have to multiply my 230 pounds and multiply that by 10, which would give me a total of 2,300 calories. Again, like I said, so long as you don't go overboard those 2,300 calories, I would be able to eat whatever I wanted, as long as I got my protein intake, which for me was about 150 grams of protein. And so on. As you start to lose 10 pounds, like I said, you just start multiplying that body weight that you're at now, multiply it by 10, and meet your calories. And so long as you don't go overboard, you'll be fine. Second key is the workout program, the exercise routine. While I was in that caloric deficit or not eating as many calories, what I would do at the gym is I would legit just push as much weight as I could, obviously with good form to prevent injuries, but basically just all strength training. Me, I personally like the gym, but you, the good news is if you don't like the gym, you don't have to be there every single day. With 3 or 4 days is more than enough. I learned that sometimes less is more. So I dropped down my 6 or 7 times to the gym per week to just 3 or 4 times per week. 2 out of those 4 days were devoted to just pure strength training of my upper body, focusing on the key lifts such as inclined bench press, normal bench press, and your typical shoulder overhead press. The goal was to push as much weight as I could. Why? It was for the purpose of trying to maintain that muscle mass that I had accumulated while losing that body fat. The other 2 days were devoted to arm day and leg day. The cool part about it was that while I was dropping that body fat, I was actually getting stronger at the gym. I was able to push more weight. It's funny because right now leaning down, I've actually been able to bench press the most amount of weight that I was able to ever bench press. I think I was able to bench press 110 pound dumbbells on each hand, which is, like I said, the strongest I had ever been in my life. That, and also at my job, it consists of a lot of walking. So a lot of walking throughout the day, which walking is a super easy way to burn off a couple calories. All this information, I actually got it from the channel Kino Body, which he preaches that a lot. Just fasting, being able to enjoy your diet, and strength training. I followed that and it helped me out a lot. So just to reiterate, the 3 components for weight loss, well, for enjoyable weight loss are eating whatever you want so long as you don't overboard your calories, strength training on those exercises that involve the usage of multiple muscles at a time, and a little bit of walking here and there. If you're able to match and mix all those 3 components, your weight loss journey is going to be more enjoyable, which means you're going to be able to stick to it and have a higher chance of achieving your goal. That does it for today's video. I hope that you find this video helpful and that you apply it and you make your weight loss journey a little more enjoyable. That does it for today's video. Remember, don't just listen to advice, but rather listen to advice and apply it.